How's it going, Nitrosites? It's me, the Nitro General here, and today I am going to be doing a top 5. I haven't done the top 5 in a while, and I apologize for that. But today, I'm going to be doing a top 5. Today I'm going to be doing my top 5 hopes for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I've been avoiding, doing this video because I didn't really want to piss off a lot of people, but a lot of, my views I have heard from a lot of the die-hard Marvel fans. So, not just like your casual, oh, I kind of just want to go see Avengers just to see Avengers. No, like, I'm talking about the people who, have, like, been super into the Marvel movies since they came out. Like, comic readers and stuff like that. So, the actual Marvel fanatics like me who have, you know what I mean. So, I am just going to make this video. Like I say in a lot of my other top 5s and stuff, feel free to bash me in the comments. I don't care. Say whatever you want about my opinions. If you don't agree with my opinions, I don't care. Tell me what you think in the comments. I just don't want you guys bashing each other in the comments. I don't want to create a fan base here that's composed of people making fun of each other. I just want to, have fun here. So feel free to bash me. Just please stay polite to your fellow YouTubers or YouTube watchers, avid YouTube watchers, because I will be deleting comments of people who are rude to other people. So, now, without further ado, I do want to say first, that, if there are spoilers in this video, for Endgame or whatever, I do apologize, but the spoiler ban has been lifted as of the 10th of this month. The whole company has come out and, said, if you haven't seen, the movie by now, then I'm not gonna say it's your fault, but it's just, and if it's spoiled for you by now, the movie's been out for weeks now, almost a month. So, if it's spoiled for you now, then it's almost like, oh well, because the movie's been out for a while. So, but I do apologize, and, so if you really, really, really do not want any spoilers for Endgame, click off now. So, before we get into the video, I am actually going to run and grab a hat because my hair is not cooperating. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have a hat now, so it's keeping my hair from getting in my face. Alright, so coming in at the number 5 spot, these aren't going to be in any specific order, except for the first one. The number one thing that I want to see about this is going to be the number one thing on this video. The other 4 things are in no specific order. So coming in the number 5 spot is I want them to stop, and a lot of people do, want them to stop making Marvel movies targeted at a specific, specific group. They did it with Black Panther, targeting African Americans, and they did it with Captain Marvel, targeting feminists, and just women in general. Now, it's not that I don't like these movies, because both of them aren't terrible movies. Captain Marvel was not good. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Now, Black Panther was less portrayed as just towards the African-American fan base. Because obviously that's what it was towards, but it wasn't overly black, I should say. Like, Captain Marvel was obviously overly feminist. In Endgame, she changed her hair to be that short, feminist haircut. That, by the way, was one of the only things about Endgame that really pissed me off. Because, and like, I've seen shirts with her on it that's obviously she's trying to be a feminist and everything like that. Disney's trying to get more money by targeting a specific fan base. And I really think that needs to stop. Black Panther, obviously, they didn't change anything because he's from Wakanda. Everybody in Wakanda was African American, so I don't mind that. But what I do mind is that they frickin' just keep coming. They just keep coming out with these movies that are totally targeted and are really pissing people off. They changed Captain Marvel so much that She's just a total feminist character, and you have these little girls looking up to her. And, that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a good thing that, younger girls have a superhero to look up to. But they can look up to her without making her overly feminist. And that's why Captain Marvel has become the most hated Marvel movie ever created. That's a fact. I mean, you can talk to almost anybody who is a true Marvel fan. Not just, I like Marvel, so I watch their movies. No, I mean like somebody who read the comics, somebody who, are super into the movies, have seen every one of the movies multiple times and everything like that, like me and a lot of the other people. It's widely hated within the true Marvel fan base because of it being such a feminist movie. And I just think that they can, even if they want to, next thing you know, you're going to freaking have a 600-pound superhero that's coming around saying, oh yeah, it's okay to be 600 pounds, and make the people who are 600 pounds be like, oh, you're right, it is okay, and everything like that. And obviously Thor in Endgame, but that's different, I'm just saying, and it's probably just a little bit exaggerated, my example there, but, there's so much they can do without overly portraying a character to be this way, and I just think that Marvel needs to stop doing that, because it's just making people hate it. And people hate Captain Marvel, and they really, really do. And I don't think it deserves all the hate that it gets, but it's kind of Disney's fault for creating it such a feminist movie and picking an actress who is a total bitch in real life. Because look it up, Brie Larson is a total bitch in real life. And that's why a lot of people are pissed off that she's playing the superhero. So that's it. I don't want to get too much. I don't want to keep going on that. I could keep going, but I don't really, really want to, because I want to fit more things in this video without making it too long. If you guys want a rant room on that, I can always do that. But so that's why coming at the number 5 spot is I think they need to stop making Marvel movies totally targeted at a specific group of people. Now, coming in at the number 4 spot is that I really think they should stop straying away from the comics. Now that Stan Lee has died, rest in peace. He was my hero. He was able to create so much happiness with the characters that he has created, along with other people too. And but Stan Lee was always the biggest one on the scene. He, just like M. Night Shyamalan, always had a cameo in all of his movies. And he has created so much happiness with these characters. And he had made money not by trying to push, feminism and everything like that, but by just creating these characters that people love. And he was always my hero. And I think that a lot of his stories, now that he's gone, Disney's going to start straying more away from the comics. And, and I'm not saying everything has to be exactly like the comics, because let's say Captain America, which, even though he's not an Avenger anymore, but let's say he was fighting and he threw the shield and Hulk caught the shield and Hulk was using the shield. There are some people who would be pissed off with that because they'd say Hulk never used Captain America's shield in the comics. Now I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about major plot points. I'm saying, if in Endgame they killed Thanos by shooting him in the head with a shotgun. That never happened in the comics. It shouldn't happen in the movies. And they're starting to stray a little bit away from the comics a little bit. Not too bad. But they are starting to a little bit. And I just don't think that they should do that. Stan Lee did not die for them to just ruin all of the stories that he's made. I think if they stayed with the general gist of the comics in their movies, with changing a few things here and there, then that would be fine. I just think that they need to just start coming back to the comics, having villains with the same superpowers, having heroes with the same superpowers as they did in the comics, the same major plot points as in the comics. I think that would make a lot of people happy. And by straying away from it, they're no longer going to be Marvel movies. They're just going to be characters that were bought by Disney, that are totally different. And I definitely can speak for the whole Marvel fan base when I say that we want more comic-based stuff in the movies. So that's why coming in at the number 4 spot is that I think that they should stay closer to the comics. So coming in at the number 3 spot is that I do not think they should keep remaking these movies. Okay, they did it with Fantastic Four. They have done it with Spider-Man. They have done it with probably other movies out there. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I was going to say X-Men, but they really have not been doing that. That's been like a straight progression storyline. But they just keep reinventing these characters. And there's 2 parts to this, okay? The first part is, the remaking the movies. I mean, there has been 3 different Spider-Mans, and there's been 2 different adaptations of the Fantastic Four. What they need to do is that they need to find somebody who will solidify playing these characters permanently. Like the people who like Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. All these people who have been around and played the same characters for years. It's when they finally incorporated Spider-Man into the MCU, Tom Holland's playing Spider-Man. Okay, and that's good. I think Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker. I think Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man. I think Andrew Garfield was the best Peter Parker, even though the Andrew Garfield movies were terrible. And then I think Tom Holland is the best, right around. And they're the most closest to the comics, which is what I like too. So I think Tom Holland does a great job. And now that they've incorporated him into the MCU, I don't think they're going to be changing who plays him. But with the Fantastic Four, they're going to have another adaptation someday, and they're going to have different people. And they just need to solidify these people who play it. With them just keep reinventing these movies, they're not going to be as good. I just think they just need to stay with the same person. Find somebody, have them have like a 3-contract movie deal, and that's it. Do not have them get out of it. Do not have them stop making the movies. I don't care. Just, they need to stop changing the actors who play them. Because it changed the whole dynamic of the movie. If you've watched the Fantastic Four, the original ones, and the new Fantastic Four, the whole dynamic has changed. The way they got their powers has changed. The villain they fight is changed, which is okay. I don't really care too much. Actually, no, the villain they fight is the same. It's, I almost said Magneto, but it's not Magneto. It's that, Dr. Doom. So, so they just need to stop, trying to remake these movies. And that's what I'm afraid they're going to do with, like, the Avengers, is someday make a whole new Avengers. Now, the second part to this one is that they need to leave, and I'm serious about this. Like, this is one of the biggest ones I'm serious about. They need to leave the characters where they are now, okay? And by that, I mean, here's a spoiler, so click ahead if you don't want to know. Iron Man dies in Endgame. He needs to stay dead. Okay? He needs to stay dead. Captain America retires. He needs to stay retired. Okay? And I'm not saying, how we gave Falcon the shield. They can make Falcon the new Captain America, but still calling him Falcon. Okay? They don't need to make Falcon's new name Captain America. And I can't stress this enough. Disney, leave Iron Man's daughter alone. Do not touch her. Do not make her the new Iron Man. That's it. Do not reinvent these characters back into the movie scene. If they're gone, leave them gone. Do not touch them. Do not reinvent them. If you guys have seen the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, the multiverse is introduced in this, which I think is awesome. But at the same time, I could see Marvel being like, ooh, money, money, money. Let's go into there. Pull out another Iron Man from the multiverse and have him come back into here. Pull out another Captain America. And that way they can have different actors play them and still be those characters. Stop. No. Leave them gone. Okay? do not keep bringing these characters back in for more money. If they're dead, they're dead. If they're gone, they're gone. Leave Black Widow dead. Leave Iron Man dead. Leave Captain America retired. Do not keep doing that. Because at least they haven't done that yet. But I can totally see them doing that just for money. And that is really going to irritate a lot of Marvel fans. Unless they can do it in a really, really good way, which I don't really think they can, they need to just leave it where they are. So that's why and coming into number 3 spot, was they need to leave, they need to leave the character. That was number 2 spot. They need to leave the characters. They need to stop reinventing the characters. Coming in, so that was the second one. So coming in at the number 1 spot, in my most hope for the Marvel Cinematic Universe more than anything else, is that they need to expand on more characters and villains. There are hundreds of characters on there, and they're kind of stuck on just the Avengers right now and X-Men. But there is so many characters they can do. They can start talking about other characters like Black Bolt and all the other characters that were created from that serum that they started to kind of talk about in Civil War, but then they stopped talking about it, which I don't know why. But there's so many characters. They can talk about the Netflix characters like Daredevil and Luke Cage, Jessica Jones and Iron Fist and the Punisher. They can have all these movies. I know they've already had a Daredevil movie and a Punisher movie, but none of these characters have really been into the Marvel Cinematic Universe other than the 1 or 2 movies they've been in. But I think they could have a whole new Avengers thing with those characters like they did, like Marvel's The Defenders on Netflix. If they can just get those characters and put them into... And at this point, I don't care if they don't have the same people who play them. It would really hurt if they didn't have Mike Coulter play Luke Cage, and they didn't have Kristen Ritter play Jessica Jones, or they didn't have Charlie Cox play Daredevil. I mean, that would hurt, but at the same time, if you want to get new characters, fine. New actors, fine. To add them into the cinematic universe. These are the TV show ones. Just like with the movie Flash and the TV Flash, I prefer the TV Flash over the movie Flash, but I don't think the movie Flash did a terrible job. I think he was alright. So, I really, really think that they can expand on that. And you have tons of other heroes like Hyperion. My personal favorite Marvel character is Hyperion, Marvel's version of Superman. He's badass. He's got a badass suit, and I think he would be a fantastic addition in there. He could have defeated Thanos single-handedly. And, they have all these more characters. I mean, Morningstar you could do a movie on. They have just so many other characters that they can do. And I think they're stuck on the Avengers right now, and if they want more money, then expand on the characters that you're making the movie on. DC's doing it. They had an Aquaman movie, and they had a Wonder Woman movie, and they're having a Green Lantern movie and a Cyborg movie, and they had Shazam, and all these, Marvel or DC characters, they're adding more into the universe. And I think Marvel could really do with more Marvel characters. And villains, I mean, they could always have the, Galactica. They could battle Galactica, which is another huge Marvel villain. You have all these just characters that they've just done nothing with. And I think if they're really bent on money, instead of reinventing these characters that they've already killed off, they can put out more characters into the cinematic universe. And that's what I want to see more than anything, is... I want to see them, add more characters. And I guess that's the biggest thing. So that is really it. That is my top 5 things I hope for the Marvel Cinematic Universe starting now. I definitely think Disney is, Avengers is ending, and so is X-Men, and as long as they leave it where they are, and they have lots of opportunities to do more with the cinematic universe. I don't think that Marvel Cinematic Universe is dead, as some people are saying. And, that's just my opinion. all of this is my opinion at the end of the day. If you don't agree with it, that's totally fine. I'm just saying is that there's just a lot of things that I hope that they will eventually do, and I'm just a little scared that they're just, now that Stan Lee's passing, that they're just gonna screw it up, you know. But other than that, guys, that is really gonna be it. That's it for today's video. I have another video coming out later today of a movie review. If you guys want to check that out, you can check that out too. I had a video up that went up a while ago, about a rant room video about my thoughts on DC versus Marvel. I love DC and I love Marvel, and if you guys want to go check out which one I love more, go check out that video that I did a while back. But other than that, guys, that is really it. If you enjoyed this commentary, make sure to leave a like down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Doesn't take any time or effort. Just leaving a like I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new too. I try to do more top 5s and movie reviews and game reviews and rant rooms and everything. I do a lot of Pokemon videos too, and I have a couple more in the works that I'm doing right now. So, but yeah, guys. So, other than that, I will talk to you whenever I talk to you next. Nitro General out. Peace.